Am I on a book buying ban? Yes. Am I about to break that book buying ban? Also yes, yeah, I am. I don't feel that bad about breaking my book buying ban because I've been really good. The last time I went book shopping was in like mid-December and now it's mid-February. So I have practiced self-control for the last 2 months and now it's time to shatter that self-control. Do I have a lot of books at home that I need to read? Absolutely, like so many, it's not even funny. But as a part of my online book club, we're about to read The Do-Over by Lynn Painter, so I need to buy that book. So I'm gonna have to break my book buying ban anyway to buy that book. So like, why not also buy like a bunch of other books at the same time, you know? And then after that, I'll go back on my book buying ban. Probably. I am at Barnes & Noble right now. I really wanted to go to a bunch of new bookstores in Austin that I've never been to before, but it is cold, and whenever it's cold outside, I can get really lazy and I just want to be cozy, and Barnes & Noble is like right by my apartment. So in another video, I will be exploring the new bookstores that have opened up in Austin. But in this one, we're going tried and true, my comfort place, Barnes & Noble. But yeah, other than The Do-Over by Lynn Painter, I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm definitely in a romance mood. I think just because it's February. It was Valentine's Day a few days ago, and just like seeing everyone post like all their pink books, like what romances they're reading, all that. I've just like got so many romance book ideas for my TBR. So I'm definitely on the romance hunt, but I'm open also to like fantasy, mystery, whatever. Okay, let's go inside Barnes. I love Ali Hazelwood and I would love to read another book by her, but Loathe to You is a collection of 3 novellas, so I was kind of hesitant because I feel like novellas don't have as much depth as a full book sometimes. I love Lucy's Score so much, so I might get a Lucy's Score book. I particularly really want the sequel to Things We Never Got Over, but it doesn't come out for a few more days. I just read The Roommate and really liked it, so I'd love to read more Rosie Danan, but it doesn't look like they have any more books by her. I am currently on the second book in this series, and look how thick book number 3 is. I already own this book, but wow. I really want to get a Twisted Tales book, but there's so many. Which one do I get? Okay, I just got a Barnes and I got 3 books. I will show you guys them when I get home because I think I'm gonna go to one more bookstore because they didn't have The Do-Over by Lynn Painter. I was so sad. It's fairly new. I think it came out in November, so not like that long ago. So I don't know why. I just was like, they have to have it, right? And there was like a few other books that I was really excited about buying, and they also didn't have any of them. Like literally everything on like my little list of what I was looking for didn't have any of them. So I need to go to Target to get some groceries. So I think I'm gonna also look at their book section, see if they have The Do-Over by Lynn Painter and the other books that I've been wanting to buy. If you don't want to leave the comfort of your home to look for books, then I would highly recommend Shelf Savvy, which is the sponsor of today's video. Shelf Savvy is a really cool site. They let you know about fantastic discounts on a huge variety of books. They have a huge list of book genres, a huge list of book formats. You can search on the website by all of the main genres like romance, fantasy, but you can also get really specific like supernatural or LGBTQIA+ books. And they have audiobooks, ebooks, paper, and hardcover deals. And then I think my favorite feature is that you can make a watch list, which can number 1 serve as your TBR, but then also Shelf Savvy will let you know when any of the books on your watch list go on sale. I personally have such a huge TBR that I have written down, and I know I'm gonna buy those books eventually, so why not add them to my watch list on Shelf Savvy so that way I can make sure I buy them when they're on sale. Plus, Shelf Savvy is completely free to sign up for. When you sign up, you get to customize what kinds of deals you want to hear about, and if you're really trying to shop on a budget and even explore and look for new books, you can set the price range that you want to shop in. Like you could literally look for books under $3, which is so insanely inexpensive. That's crazy. So fill your bookshelves on a budget with Shelf Savvy. You can sign up with the free link in my description to start getting personalized deals on books you love. Okay, I am gonna head into Target. Let's go in. I really be matching Target's color scheme right now. Red and white. If you didn't know, it is illegal to go to Target and not check the home decor section. Just saying. This cover is so pretty. So satisfying looking. Just read 5 Survive, it's so good. Oh, you made it up, yes. Yeah. You guys can see him. Oh, yeah, you're making biscuits. Also, I'd like to announce that I got a cat. I have talked about this on Instagram, but not on YouTube. Me and Danny got him like 5 days ago, so he's still a bit skittish and scared. I've been like hiding under beds and couches, but he's slowly starting to come out and hang out. He's a Siamese, he's 3 years old. Danny wanted to name him Lucario after the Pokemon because the Pokemon has like dark arms and legs, just like this little guy. We call him Luca for short, or Lou. So I got 5 books total. Literally none of them were The Do-Over by Lynn Painter. The one book I set out to get, Target didn't have it either. The other book I really wanted to get was A Part of Your World, and they didn't have that book at Barnes or Target either. But enough about the books I didn't get. These are the books I did get. The first one I got is By a Thread by Lucy Score. The only Lucy Score book I've read so far is Things We Never Got Over, and I love that book. Like 6-star book, like literally one of my, maybe my top 3 romances ever. Like I freaking love that book so much. And so I'm really excited to read another book by Lucy Score. I literally didn't even read the summary or anything. I was just like, Lucy Score, auto buying. But the other thing that made me buy it is it says a grumpy boss romantic comedy. So like workplace romance plus a grumpy dude, like insta-buy tropes as well. You like books, yeah. You're gonna be a little reader. Just kidding, you don't know how to read because your brain's probably a little small. Oh, you'll appreciate a good book. Okay, the summary sounds so cute. It's about Dominic and Allie, and Dominic is Allie's boss. And from his point of view, it says that she has a colorful, annoying, inexplicably alluring personality. And maybe I like that she argues with me in front of the editorial staff. And maybe my after hours fantasies are haunted by those brown eyes and that sharp tongue. I love that it sounds like she's kind of like a firework, like isn't afraid to argue with him. And at the end, also from his POV, it says, if I can get her to quit working here, I can finally peel away all those layers. Then I can forget all about the dancing, beer slinging brunette. And then it goes to her POV and it says, ha, hold my beer, charming. I love that that's the only bit from her POV, hold my beer, charming. Then I got So This Is Love. This is a young adult Cinderella retelling. People have been telling me to read this book so much for the last few months. Like I can't tell you how many comments say you should read So This Is Love. So it has been high on my TBR and I'm glad I finally got it. I also think the cover is so pretty. And yeah, it says, what if Cinderella never tried on the glass slipper? And it sounds like it has all of like the classic Cinderella elements. She's got the ugly stepsister. We've got the night at the ball where she meets a charming stranger, and then the next day Cinderella learns that the Grand Duke is searching for a mysterious princess who left behind a glass slipper, but her stepmom intervenes and she never tries on the glass slipper. So then that's where the plot starts to veer from like the OG Cinderella story. It says Cinderella attempts to find a fresh start looking for work at the palace as a seamstress, but then the Grand Duke appoints her to serve under the king's visiting sister, and Cinderella becomes a witness to a grand conspiracy to take the king and the prince out of power. And this is part of the Twisted Tale series, and there are so many books in this series. I think all the covers are so pretty and they all are like different Disney fairy tale retelling. So if I like this one, I'm definitely gonna read the rest. Okay, and then lastly from Barnes, I like really debated whether or not I should get this book just because it doesn't have the best star rating on Goodreads, to be honest. Like it's not bad. I think it's like 3.6 or 7 or something like that, but I just think the plot sounds so good, so I bought it, and hopefully I like it more than it being like a 3.5-star read. But it is called Match, and this is a young adult like dystopian fantasy series. And why is there no summary? Okay, I just googled the summary to read you guys, but it says, in the society, officials decide who you love, where you work, and when you die. Cassia has always trusted their choices, so when her best friend appears on the matching screen, Cassia knows with complete certainty that he is the one, until she sees another face flash for an instant before the screen fades to black. Now Cassia is faced with impossible choices between Xander and Kai, between the only life she's known and a path no one else has ever dared follow. And yeah, I just feel like it sounds cool, like this like dystopian society, and we either have like a best friends to lovers plot, or she's gonna go down the other route with that like brief face that appeared that I assume is a stranger. Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be really good. I don't know, I just love the plot. Then from Target, I got like 2 like OG book talk classics that I've been meaning to read for a while. The first one being American Roommate Experiment by Elena Armas, who also wrote The Spanish Love Deception. I feel like not everyone loves The Spanish Love Deception, but I loved it. So I was like, I wanna read another book by her. I also didn't read the summary. I was like insta buy because of the author. Oh my gosh, this is incredible. Again, didn't read the summary, so this is such a surprise, a good surprise. It's about Rosie, who just quit her well-paid job to focus on her secret career as a romance writer. I love books about characters who love books, but especially a character who is a romance writer. I feel like that's gonna be so cute. And Rosie is the best friend of Lena, who is the main character in The Spanish Love Deception. So I'm assuming it can be read as a standalone, but it's like a kind of standalone sequel to The Spanish Love Deception. But anyway, Rosie lives in New York and her apartment ceiling literally crumbles on her. So she heads to her best friend Lena's apartment, not knowing that Lena has already lent the studio to her cousin Lucas, and Lucas offers to let her stay. So Rosie gets writer's block, and Lucas decides he's gonna help her cure her writer's block. He's gonna take her on a series of experimental dates meant to jumpstart her romantic inspiration, which sounds so fun. So they're gonna be like going on dates, like kind of fake dating vibes while also living together. And even though I've only read one Elena Armas book, I trust her with my life currently, so hopefully this book lives up to how much I loved The Spanish Love Deception. Okay, and then lastly, got a young adult fantasy. I got The Cruel Prince, which I know is such a popular series. And it says, Jude was 7 when her parents were murdered, and she and her 2 sisters were stolen away to live in the treacherous high court of Fairy. 10 years later, Jude wants nothing more than to belong there, but many of the Fae despise humans, especially Prince Cardan, the youngest and wickedest son of the High King. To win a place at the court, Jude must defy him and face the consequences. So I'm assuming we're gonna have an enemies to lovers plot between Jude and the prince, which I feel like it's gonna be great. Also just like been obsessed with fantasy recently. I really want to make a video where I do a 24-hour readathon, but only reading fantasy books for 24 hours. So I feel like this book would be really fun to read in that video to start the Cruel Prince series. And yeah, that is all 5 books that I got while book shopping today. Let me know if you guys have read any of these books, which one is the best, which one should I read first? And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!
Tied the ends of the guitar strings to the claves used for Latin American rhythm. And then he approached his victims from the rear, looped the wire over their heads, and... Ooh, how terrible. Very clever. As we jazz lovers say, this routine is murder.